drunk, well, I'll pass out on the floor now, baby. But you won't bother me no more. And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
Hey guys, Wayne here for the Beers of Sigmar, bringing something a little bit different today. We're going to be playing a game of Warhammer Fantasy 5th Edition.
Chewbacca? Yeah. Remember Edits? Remember? Hey, remember Ghostbusters? Oh, I remember. Remember Slimy? Oh,
How could someone think these things are bugs?
Alright, so I haven't played in 20 years, so we're just doing something real small. We're doing Undead over here. We've got 27 skeletons with heavy armor, shield and halberds, a screaming skull catapult, and a vampire count on barded skeleton. And over here we've got the filthy elves. We've got a hero and elven steed, 20 archers, 5 dragon princes and a bolt thrower. So I decided to start recording after we started playing. The undead got first turn. The vampire count moved up 6 inches because it's -2 for heavy armor and barding. These guys moved 3 inches because it's -1 for heavy armor and shield. The catapult decided to fire. I guessed 30 inches. I rolled a hit, and the template, wherever that's gone, landed about here, which just clipped the bolt thrower. I then rolled a 4 to wound the bolt thrower. I rolled to damage against the actual machine, and then I did 3 wounds to it and killed it. So the bolt thrower's gone. Successful first turn. But in Fantasy 5th Edition, that's pretty much all that happened. We decided not to use magic because we're just getting back into it. So that's the end of Undead first turn. So we'll come back after High Elves first turn. Alright guys, so High Elves turn 1. So he moved his dragon princes? Yeah. They started here, they did a wheel, they moved up, wheeled back, -1 for each pivot that they do. The archers pivoted 1, moved up and shot. They only got 5 in because high elf archers, they're cheeky bastards and they can shoot in 2 ranks. So he got 5 into the armored skeletons over here. He only managed to kill 1 because he needed 5s to hit. Still did pretty good. His high elf general ran over here to plug this gap because he knew exactly what I was doing with my vampire count, and he's stopping me from going and charging into his flank. And the 2 bolt fire crew just moved up here as well, trying to stop me from getting into that flank. So we'll go into Undead turn 2. So I moved my vampire count over here. I moved these guys 2 and then pivoted 1. They're only 3-inch move because they're wearing heavy armor. I'm just trying to prepare for his dragon princes. And I guessed 28 inches for the bolt, the screaming skull catapult to hit these archers. And then rolled a misfire. So I'm going to get this on camera because this just doesn't happen in AOS anymore. I do miss this sort of stuff, even though it's killing me, but hey. So, misfire. Let's roll a dice. I'll roll a dice first. Ah, cocked. 5! I may not shoot. Thank God it was only that. So let the fun continue. That's pretty much it. I've got nothing else because we removed magic for this game. So, High Elves, turn 2 coming up. Okay guys, so the Dragon Princes rolled a fear check to charge into the skeletons because they cause fear, and they got a 4 for their fear check, so they got in. The archers moved up here, they marched actually. The High Elf General moved over here, and the crew of the bolt thrower moved over here. The combat. The Dragon Princes were cocky, as all High Elves normally are, and only killed 2 skeletons. That heavy armor is really helping for them. In return, 6 skeletons attacked back and killed 2 Dragon Princes with a 2-up save. And then I had +3 for rank bonuses for the break test. So the High Elves had to take a break test even though they charged me. Lucky for the High Elves though, they got a 4 for their break test. They needed below 5. So we're now stuck in combat. So now we're going to go to Undead turn 3. Alright, so it's all happening. The Vampire Lord charged into the flank of the High Elves, of the Dragon Princes. And then we went to shooting. The Screaming Skull catapult guessed 18 inches? Yeah. And that's where that blue dice landed. And then it moved 4 inches over there and missed. So that was uneventful. Now, the Vampire Lord, or Vampire Count, sorry, he was absolutely brutal. He has 3 attacks, all hit, all wounded. And then the stupid Dragon Princes needed a 6-up to save. And Norm got 2 6s and a 2. So only 1 died. Then it was a pillow fight between these 2 again. He killed 1 skeleton and he obviously rolled a 4 for his leadership test, for his break test. So he's still staying there. So we're going to go into High Elves turn 3. Also, I just want to point out that in Fantasy, in the movement phase, I could have actually moved these guys around to get more in combat, but I forgot about it. Anyways, we'll go into High Elves turn 3, come back. Alright, so combat's proving a little bit different to AOS. So let's just get this out there. The archers shot at the Screaming Skull catapult and did nothing. In combat, the hero charged into the general and did nothing. The Vampire Count, he had 3 attacks, rolled a 1, a 2 and a 2. He only needed 3, so he did nothing. The horse actually got close, but the 2-up save of the Dragon Princes helped them. 2 skellies actually died this turn, which was different from the usual pillow fight. But I still won combat because of my standard bearer and 2 ranks. He didn't fail his leadership test though, he got an 8. He needed 8. So now we're going to go into Undead turn 4. Undead turn 4, complete and utter nothing. Not nothing. So catapult guessed 16 inches and landed right here. So my guessing was off. I did lap around from the last combat, so I got 2 more to fight against them. It was a complete and utter pillow fight between these guys. The Vampire Count did 1 wound against his hero, so his hero has 1 wound left, but nothing else happened. I did have a flank bonus and 2 rank bonus and a standard, and he's got no standard, so that was +4 to the break test. And he rolled a 7, but the High Elves innate rule, they get to re-roll all break tests and psychology tests, and then he rolled a 4 again, so they're still staying there. So we're going to go into High Elves turn 4. We'll come back. Alright, so this is why you need to read rules, guys. So their re-roll break tests is only against Dark Elves. So make sure you read the rules books when you're going back to older rule sets. We're going to leave it as is for now, just to carry on. But yeah, reread rules. We've had a little bit of a turnaround from the pillow fight. So these High Elves bolt thrower, who started all the way over there, has made it all the way over the board to exact revenge. Charged in, they passed their fear test, and then did shithole. The archers shot into their own units, risking it all. They killed 4 skeletons. That's the most skeletons that have died the whole game in one turn. He did some shots to his own dragon princes, but saved because he's 2-up save. And then in combat, the vampire count transfix glared them, so they couldn't attack. That was great. And he killed the hero that had 1 wound left. And then all the skeletons attacked and did shit all. So they're still freaking stuck in combat. Oh, apart from your break test, which you will be at neg 3.
Leadership 8.
Yeah, so you need better than a 5. Oh, look at that, they're running! We'll come back after we figure out what the hell that means, because neither of us remember. Alright guys, so we had to do a couple of things. They ran 3d6, which was 8. These guys had to have a panic test because a unit within 12 broke. They failed their leadership and then they ran 9. These archers did not run, however. Now, as soon as that happened, we can pursue. Now, we've just had a little bit of a bitch fest. I guess it's a bitch fest. Because the skeletons can pursue more than they can actually move normally. So they move 7. They move normally 3. So we don't know what the fuck happened there. Unless you -4 heavy armor as well.
Yeah, but it's still...
Even then,
still further
yeah.
than they can move.
Anyways, they got there. The Vampire Lord, however, rolled an 11, chased them down, and then pursued into the archers. So those dragon princes are dead, and now the Vampire Lord is in combat with the archers. They only rolled a 4 for pursuit, so the bolt thrower crew are running away. And now we're going to go into the last turn of Undead, turn 5. And I'm pretty sure there's not going to be much elves left after this, but we'll see. Okay, so apart from killing the bolt thrower first turn, the Screaming Skull Catapult has done the most it's done. It's shot over here, guessed 18 inches just because I don't care anymore. Like, I want to kill some elves. It landed here and then moved 4 right over here. So I killed 2 of my own skellies and I killed 1 archer. Good that I didn't do any damage to my own vampire count, because I could have actually killed him because I'm D3 damage. But these skellies charged, and only 2 are going to get in combat, and he charged last turn. So we'll go into combat and we'll come back. Alright, so end of Undead turn 5. Combat, as archers always do, they lost. They only lost 3 models, but I had +5, including the losses.
Combat res.
The combat res, and Norm rolled a 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you needed a 3.
Yeah.
So they ran, and then they only ran 5 inches, and the vampire count ran 13, so chased him down. So all the archers are dead. And he's only got these 2 bolt thrower crew left, which are currently running. So in turn 5 high elves, Norm just conceded. He can't do much with 2 bolt throwers. So we'll come back for an after battle action report in a second. Alright guys, so after battle action report. Me personally, I've been wanting to play 5th Ed for a long time now. Just because I got a little bit bored of AOS. And wanted a bit of nostalgia. We probably played a few rules wrong and we were learning as we went, but overall it pretty much came back to me. I really feel like I'm going to enjoy playing the older edition again, sort of in prep for Old World. As far as the rules go, it's a lot more simple than AOS, but we weren't playing magic and we didn't do any magic items and all that. Overall, I was hesitant about taking skeletons with armor. These guys are 14 points each. I had 27 of them. That was my only unit apart from the vampire count and the Screaming Skull Catapult. I enjoy the Screaming Skull Catapult with the misfires and everything else. It's completely random. It did well all game. The blob of armored skeleton warriors, they were fantastic. But the vampire count, man, I miss Hero Hammer. He just owned everything. There are a lot less attacks in this game. In 5th Ed.
Definitely.
A lot less attacks. Like, even the Dragon Princes, they only have 1 attack each.
Yeah.
It sort of, like, after you play AOS and 40k where everything's got 20 attacks each, and then you go back to this game where the most was him, 3 attacks.
I think most heroes, like, I think mine had 3 attacks as well.
Yeah, it's not much.
Horses get 1, you know. Horses get the same amount as them.
Yeah,
So,
that sort of took us back a bit. But what are your thoughts, Norm?
yeah, I really like it. It's more thematic, you know, in my opinion. There's a lot of thematic stuff going on, especially with the artillery, you know, the judging, and then the scatter. I missed the scatter from playing, you know, old editions of 40k, having the scatter there, so I really missed that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's great, and I'd love to learn more. I mean, this is the first time I just picked up the High Elves because you had them here. The first time I ever read the book, so yeah, I love the models. You know,
The models
I really
are great.
love the models, man. So,
There's something simplistic about the older models, but they've just got so much character. Or maybe that's just the nostalgia talking, but I enjoyed the game. I'm looking forward to playing more and testing out the other rules like the magic and the magic items and all that. I'll get another game on the channel. And it'll be with Norm. But Norm's mainly got dwarves. He didn't bring them today because he couldn't...
I need to rebase them and everything like that.
everything. So he just borrowed my high elves for the game. But yeah,
I
had
really
fun.
like the High Elves. Like, if they had that, you know, that rule with re-rolling the leadership, that would be sweet.
Well, if I was Dark Elves, you would.
You might be. You're undead, so...
That's true.
You could actually be, you know, so... But they've got really cool rules. It's just I've never played them before, and it's a new game. It's the first time I've ever played this edition, so...
It's been
really enjoyed
20
it.
years for me, so...
Really enjoy it. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm full in again. Until Old World comes out, and I might try Old World, but no, I'm just gonna go ham on the 5th Ed. So if you guys like 5th Ed or enjoyed this battle report, let us know, and I'll get more on the channel. If you're not really keen, also let us know, and then I won't bother. But anyways, until then, enjoy yourselves, guys. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, just like you smash the beers. Have fun.
Hey, good game.
On the floor now, baby. She won't bother me no more. And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I say, I think I'll have myself a beer.